Alright, in this video I'm demonstrating that with Bandlab's Cakewalk you actually can listen to the effects real time while you're recording, or even without recording. You can just use the effects without recording. You can hear them real time. There is a little bit of latency depending on your sound card and computer. Even on high-end computers there's going to be some latency, but it's not terrible. So we're going to open Cakewalk. And we're going to go to New Project and then Guitar Amps. Alright, so we need to check and make sure that we have the proper inputs configured. So click on Edit, go to Preferences, and select your input that your instrument is connected to. Mine is connected to this mixer. And select your output that you want to hear through. And it's a good idea to use a separate output device. So if you have a mixer or interface connected to your computer for the input, such as I do with my mixer, I'm selecting the mixer for the input, which is what my guitar is actually plugged into. For the output, I'm using the computer sound card that the speakers are connected to. So I have speakers selected for the output. Okay, right here, this track list is the different kinds of guitar sounds that we can use, and you can change these up by double clicking right here under effects where it says TH3. That opens the TH3 virtual amp simulator, amp FX, cab, and pedal simulator. These ones listed right here, these are just some default samples. You can double click on the effects and change them. So what we do to hear what we are playing is right here, there's M for mute, S for solo. This red circle is to record. Now this right here, it's a dot with lines coming out of it. That's input echo. You got to click on that to turn it on, and then you can hear what is going into that track on your input. Right now it shows none for input because I haven't clicked on input echo on any of these tracks. If we click on input echo, then it changes the input to what we had set up in the preferences. So now when I play my guitar, I can actually hear this effect as I'm playing. There's a little bit of latency, but I can still hear it. Now, it is recommended to only use one of these at a time, because if you try to use two at a time or more, then it might overload the buffer and it will freeze up. So before you try a different one, click on the input echo again to turn it off. Let's try this gritty tremolo. Try some Rainy Day lead. truck. This one's some good sounding distortion. So I did these different simulators, amp sims and pedal sims and cab sims, live real time without recording, just by clicking on or off this input echo button. Recording with the input echo turned on, there might be even more latency, so make sure you experiment with it a bit before you do some recording. But it's fun to play around with without recording, just to hear the effects in real time.